do we know? Where do we go? Where do we go? How do we know? Where do we go? Where are we going from here? How do we know? Where do we go?
Number 5.
Little Billy just downloaded the new zombie map Setsubu Nushima, not expecting the horrors that awaits him. He's loading the map and hoping to experience the fun gameplay, but was met with a terrifying experience on this abandoned island in the Pacific Ocean. He was quickly met by small but rapid spiders scurrying quickly at him, attacking him with their sticky and deadly webs, trapping him in areas by putting webs in entranceways with no escape. Finally, he could get away from the creatures, but not from the nightmare of the island. He made his way through an old decaying bunker, passing the dead bodies and the vines that consume the building. He creeps down the stairs to face a sickening sight of old test tubes filled with human victims and mysterious noises emerging from within. The noises and haunting voices that scratch his ears haunts little Billy for many nights. He is trapped in a web of terror from this island of despair, or better known as the Setsubu Nushima.
Number 4. Max was excited. He heard from his brother that the new Zombies map was about cowboys and was set in the Old West. It struck midnight. It was time for Max to play the game. The game loads. He looks around the room and sees he's not in the West. Where is he? Has his brother lied to him? Max makes his way around what he thought to be a mining factory. He looks over the vast emptiness of the mine. He continues to look around the room when suddenly the floor collapses. He lands in a dark cave. The light that covered the mining factory was no more. He was alone in the dark. He made his way through a hole in the ground that led to an old abandoned barn. He slowly turns around and sees the old, decaying, lifeless town. Max's brother is right, but oh so wrong. As this was no John Wayne movie, this was a nightmare. He quickly hears the screams of a woman in pain, in which he could do nothing about since it was long ago. Max ventures through the town. He discovers the last remaining soul in the town, or so he thought. The man was trapped in the cell, sad and alone. Friend or foe? Sam did not want to know. Max made his way through the screams of the dead, only to arrive at the house. The stories in the house were never told, but the mystery is haunting nonetheless. Max opened the door. He made his way through and was greeted by her. She floated towards him. He had nowhere to run. She took his money and many nights of sleep. Her cold face of despair peers through Max's eyes. She's been hurt, and now cursed to hurt others. With the smallest bit of luck, he made his way through, only to be caught in a never-ending maze with no escape. He felt like he was buried alive. Number 3.
12 o'clock midnight. John, after a grueling effort in the last mission of World at War's story, his efforts turn to success. He plants the flag in victory, but a victory that will be short-lived. The moon shines on this dark and compact bunker in the middle of France, in the middle of a field, in the middle of nowhere. The moans of the dead surround him as he expects the danger and horrifying truth of his future. Fire of a broken plane that burns, showing him the start of his nightmare and the end of his fun. One by one, the dead surround him with one goal and one goal only. He tries and tries to hold them back, but they keep getting louder, stronger, and the chance of survival gets thinner. Only one thing is left to do, and that is to accept faith and let the light of the moon haunt him through the nights of his terror caused by the night of the undead, Nacht der Untoten.
Number 2. The lightning strikes over the prison. The undead and the unknown entities loom over the prison, old and decorated with bodies, only lit by the burning flames of the candles and the looming moon. Tim was not ready for all this. Time and time again he thought of just walking away. The screams that haunt the cells followed Tim through his time there. There was a way out, but could he do it? Could he fight the undead that were covered in barbed wire? Could he fight the 8-foot-tall warden? Could he do it? The harsh sounds of the rusty metal doors opening and slamming frightened him. He could not find any joy in anything. Even the fireworks that would always bring him joy would not do so. In Alcatraz, Tim began his journey to escape. He begins to craft the plane by doing some trials that will test him along with the dead. He finally builds the plane. He is a free man. He can fly. He soars through the sky away from captivity, only to fall down and land on the bridge. His freedom is turned into more of a nightmare. His freedom is turned into 4 electric chairs waiting for him to face his unmissable future, his date with death. And number 1. Jenny and Sam wanted to have a fun night playing some video games. It was close to Halloween, and Sam suggested to play Call of Duty Zombies. Sam had just gotten the new map, Verrucht. Jenny was normally too scared to play zombies by herself, but Sam told her she would be right with her. The screen fades from black, appearing from the darkness, an old abandoned asylum owned by the Nazis. The fear they felt grew once they looked around the room. Not one of them are able to see one another, before only through the small windows of a cold metal door that separates them. Jenny hears moaning from the dead. Quickly she looks around the room, searching for answers she did not want to find. A large thud emerged behind the moaning of the dead. Another one, then another one, and another one, until it suddenly stopped. Dark figures emerged through the darkness. Jenny started to panic. She tried her hardest to fend them off. She was pushed back by the horde into the room. The room she would never know the true story to, but knew what happened. Screams of the living being tortured. Pain scratches off the metal chairs and the body chambers where the dead rest. Children cry and scream for their mothers, and the mothers do the same for them. The asylum overcame Sam and Jenny quickly, bringing them down like the victims of the past. They did not make it far. They did not even see the horrors of the full decaying asylum that haunts more than the victims, but everyone that steps in it. This is the asylum of pure evil. This is Verrucht. Thank you guys so much for watching this Halloween special. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out Neon Cookie's channel. This video is not like supposed to be like those top 10 horror channels that like put on a serious voice and stuff like that. It was just like a little kind of tongue-in-cheek fun thing. It wasn't. Don't take it seriously. Like we actually thought that we were scary. We're not. And it's just basically like we list off all the scary things about the map in a like weird way. But again, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Check out Neon Cookie as well. Bye!